So we're just starting chores here. There's a heifer outside. The one laying on the ground over there. I can see 2 front hooves coming out. And so Dad just kicked him outside a little bit ago. And so that cow should not have been calving for very long. 40 degrees right now. We're calving hard, obviously. So you got a heifer working on it right now. It's actually supposed to get up to 70 degrees today, which is really awesome. Super excited about that because it could really easily be snowing and cold. I'm gonna come back in a little bit and check on this heifer, make sure she's doing well. And if it does take too long, we might have to pull it, but we breed all our heifers to calving Angus bulls, and so we'll probably be just fine. Dad's currently out feeding the cows in the cornfield, and I got the waters running for these 2 pens. And it's kind of chilly yet. It's breezy at 40 degrees. Still feels cold. We have 3 pairs that are ready to be moved out with these other calves and cows. And that should just about fill up this pen. And then in the last video, like I said, we'll be moving to the next pasture, or the next field that we will be filling full of calves. It doesn't seem like she's getting too much progress. All right, so we've decided we're gonna kick this pair out over here, which we're moving them anyway. And then we're gonna put that girl in here so she can calve in a nice area of bedding. Come on, girl. Come on. Go. Hey, come on. There you go. Big foot. It's just 1 foot. Well, there was 2 earlier, I think. So now she has a better place to calf. And we'll probably feed a couple loads and then come back. And if she hasn't made any progress, we're gonna have to pull it. But what do you think? Probably gonna have it herself?
Well, that hoof, the foot is kind of big, so she may not be able to push it out, but we need to give her time to settle down and see if she can do it on her own. So we'll feed a couple loads, like you said. We're gonna load those 3 pair out of there next. So.
Yep, okay. Hey. Yep. Hi. Lots of greener pastures. Yep.
Get up there. Oh, you're a good doggy. Look at you, so proud and majestic.
All the feeding's done now, so we can check on this heifer. Not even a little bit. She's pushing, but I think we're gonna have to pull that one.
You want me to preface it, or are you gonna preface it?
You can preface.
Okay. So we fed 3 more loads of feed. This heifer's been pushing some, but not advancing any. Just a couple big, fairly big feet sticking out. I'm a little worried about it being too big, and I never liked moving them when they've started, but she was out in a muddy lot and I wanted to get her in, and that stirred her up a little bit, and maybe we should give her a little more time. But when you don't know exactly how long they've been at it, then it's, I feel like I'd rather pull it and have a live calf than let her try and then wait too long. And
then she gets tired too.
yep, she gets tired, and then the calf gets fatigued and its tongue starts hanging out, and then things can go sideways. That's a pretty big foot. Here's the other one. So I'm gonna pull on this one leg a little bit and hopefully get the other one out enough. Here, see it come? Get that second leg out. See? Okay, so you can put a little pressure on that. Once that head pops out, then things will go easier. It's a big calf. There it should come. There you are. Welcome to South Dakota. Come on, cow. Drag her over here a little bit. That's a big calf. Be interesting to see what that calf weighs. You can see it? Yeah. Okay. 97. Oh my gosh, that's a big calf. That's a heifer.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that she wouldn't have pushed that out herself. It was a big calf, 97 pounds. We're usually shooting for like 75, you think?
Yep.
75 pounds, and it was like 97. And yeah, so we're gonna put them together, make sure she licks it off and claims it. Sometimes when you pull them, they get a little confused, but.
Right. I bought a new bull this last year to put on her heifers, and some of the calves, a lot of the calves are just fine, and once in a while we're getting one that's too big. It was supposed to be a sure shot heifer bull. We're having a little bit of, not well, I guess you could call it trouble. We're just having to assist some, keep an eye on them, check them pretty often, because, and I'll bet it's a bull calf too. Yep. So they're having, the cows, the heifers are having the heifer calves fine. They're generally about 7 pounds lighter, and or about that. I'm just giving an average. But the ones that are having the bull calves, some of them are a little bit bigger than you like. So a lot of our later heifers calving are bred to magnitude. We haven't had any of those yet. It'll be interesting to see how they go compared to this Chisholm bull that we're having bigger calves than we like. So yeah, when you do that. Oh, there you go, big guy.
All right. She's licking it off, which it's awesome. It's nice not having to worry about it. Pulling calves is not something farmers like to do, but you know, in the wild, that heifer would have kept trying, calf would have died inside of her, and then she would have gotten an infection and died. And so that's, as a farmer, it's nice knowing that you saved a life, and it's a big calf. So last night we had a cow have a calf in the white building, and so
We sure did.
That's probably our third cow to calve.
Third cow.
Third?
Fourth cow.
And fourth cow.
Yep.
And so we just gotta give that calf its tag and give it a shot, and the shot is for Clostridium, well, it's called Clostridium perfringens, but there's a different
C and D.
Yeah, C and D, and so one of those specifically protects against overeating disease when it comes to milk, when they're drinking milk. And we give that to calves because sometimes they start eating a bunch, and then all that extra food gets into their intestines, or puts a lot of nutrients in their intestines, and then the bacteria in there, blinding you with science, boring. And then the bacteria in there produce a toxin which kills the calf. It doesn't happen too frequently, but it can.
I had it happen once.
Once?
Yep, and so I went out east here with the feed wagon, and this great big calf is sucking the cow, and I made a U-turn and I fed with the feed wagon, and when I looped back around, that huge beautiful calf was laying there dead. So I had it posted, and its stomach was completely full of curds from the milk, just stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, so it's the really nice big ones that are just hounding on the calf, or on the cow, and they're eating a lot, and they look nice, and then, like I said, that toxin builds up and kills the calf. So that's why we give them this Clostridium vaccine.
So let's take a look at this one, and we'll let the cow out so she can eat and drink. I just heard something that reminds me of the Minnesota Vikings. You know that bugle sound they make at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
This gate sounds just like that when you open it.
I guess.
Shout out to my Viking friends. I'm a Packer fan, but I still like you guys. So we'll let the cow eat and drink for a while, and when it comes up here and stands at the gate and starts bellowing, we'll let her back in.
So we're calving pretty hard. I'm sure we'll be pulling a few more calves in the next, possibly in the next week while I'm home, and so.
Hope not.
Yeah, I know, but.
You know, boy, there's some years where the heifers calve just like cows, but this one's a little bit elevated and weight. Well, obviously 97, it's a lot elevated, but cows generally, unless there's a foot back or backwards, just don't have any trouble. And a lot of cows can have a calf backwards even, but if I see back feet, I'm usually not giving them too much time, because interesting enough that umbilical cord can sever quicker when the calf's coming out backwards, and then it can actually suffocate inside the cow because the umbilical cord comes loose before the head's out. So I generally, if I can get them up, and you know, I work alone a lot because somebody's got to go get an education, but if I can, or get some help, get one of my brothers over here or something, get them up, or my nephew, we'll do that. Otherwise, hope that they can calve on their own. But we watch the heifers real close because, you know, it's their first time and they're not so roomy in the back, so they need some help once in a while. But you usually can tell by the size of the feet, I mean, if you're gonna have trouble or not. And I talk a lot because I'm trying to train you, and I know you know a lot, and I tell you the same stuff over and over and over again, but it's easier for you to learn through me telling you than the hard way, but sometimes it's easier to retain it if you learn the hard way. So
yeah, so for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. You're so weird.
You're so weird.
Hit that like button. See you next time.
Bye.